What's the deal, gang? How's it going? A great day. Hump day. Welcome. Don't forget to tip the valets and the busboys. Come on in, have a seat, get comfortable. How was your dad's birthday? So we're gonna go out probably tomorrow or after tomorrow. Today was like kind of unexpected for him. Yeah, kind of surprised. I had all the kids like create something, make something like arts and craftsy, and each one did it on their own and whatever they made. Like the middle one, she wrote, "It's his birthday," and she wrote "Happy New Year." But that's because that's what she knows how to write, right? And then, but she wrote, "We love you." You know, so I think it was a nice touch. It was very cute. Very cute. Yeah, I don't know. They plan something tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Do I see anything off the rip here? I do and I don't because I think we closed respecting resistance on this hourly. So maybe a 15 to 30 or a 30 closure. Yeah, let's look at the daily. Daily's closed bearish. We got room to fill here, right? We've been talking about 2000 flat, 2020, 2000 flat, but 2020 has been reached already, and we've been talking about that for a couple of weeks. Someone's like, when the fuck have we been talking about it? Well, I fucking mentioned it. Yo, I can't hear anything. What's up with this music? It's loud as hell. Or maybe that's my headphones. Alright, let's see what we got going on. It's gonna be a little bit off. Even then. Back to that area that I believe we're mirroring here. Alright, so one of two things can happen. We can either see this or we can see this. So I'm gonna wait for the candle to actually come up and reject here, and if it doesn't reject, we're gonna wait for a clear closure. We're gonna wait for a clear bottom wick. We're gonna maintain above this area. I think it might be even steeper. Yep, that would make more sense. Okay, really looking to stick around between 24 and 33, and this is going to be key how we close. Maybe even on the 15 or the 30. if we get a strong bearish closure, we would still need to re-break the highs here. We had this was a really nice position. If you look at this off the shoot, off the 7 p.m. closure, like the hour before we hop on here, it's 7 p.m. not at 8 p.m. This closure was really good example of an off the rip entry that I would take, because once this hourly closes, you have to break the highs, the previous highs here, before coming up, and this break of the previous highs before coming down, rejecting. So this is one of those instances where you just get to fill the range, right? Not where you drive off of the advantage point, but where you realize you're gonna have to get to the advantage point. So with bottom wick or top wick, you know, regardless, it's gonna have to come up here. So this is good 15 pips over there. So I think on that closure, that was a pretty decent closure. Now, once you have that drive and you have this smaller candle print, right now market's going to decide what to do. It might range for a little bit at this resistance, maybe a 30-minute, a 15-minute range, and then it'll give an indication whether it's going to continue up or come back down. But once again, we're stuck in the range, the pullback of for the last 2 weeks, we've been stuck. Every one of these candles, we've been the top wick of every single one of these candles when New York just drives down. Ever since over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So, what I'm looking for right now, either a strong bearish closure on a 30. That would not be bearish. If we can reject here, right? Call resistance, strong bearish 30, and do this, I'll take the flip down. If we can't re-break the highs and then flip, because the re-break of the highs is needed to tell me that this isn't the hourly driving up. If this, we do not get that, but we do get a bullish closure now above the range here. Let's say we come up like this, and this is our closure. I'm looking, if this is the 30 closure, I'm looking for a bottom wick, break the slow, and a flip. If this is the hourly closure, I'm looking to take the actual bottom wick here, because the hourly will be the 4-hour closure bullish. And once we retest this range, this is high quality position in terms of managing risk. If we're wrong, we'll be able to get out here at the top wick of the next candle below 2028.4. So it's going to be key how the 4-hour closes, but maybe the 30 will give us an indication of something. We have 18 minutes for that. We need to be patient here. We are closing above the most recent, right? So the market could just drive up here, but if it does, that's not the move. The move is what happens after. That's just the indication for you to say, hey, lock in. Once it does, right, you want it to break out of a range, whether it comes back in or continues to drive. You want it to break out of a range, because that always indicates volume. And so does this song. This song always indicates volume, chat. What are we looking for today? Profits. Could be a buy, could be a sell. A lot depends on how we react at this area now that we've tapped into it. Fifteens maintaining above the most recent, but we have an overall zone here, 2028, which I'd like to get a drive above, and then the market to decide if it's going to stay above or come back down. At 2026, you could be pretty sure that you're going to come up there. But after it gets up there, now you have to wait. It might print a bit of a range before it makes a decision. You trade CPI tomorrow? Yep. Yes, sir. I won't trade the news, but I'll trade the after effects. Which means like from 1 to 30 minutes after the news. Yeah. Sometimes I get a trade 1-2 minutes after the news. And it lasts like 10 seconds. Yeah, this 5 has been trickling up. You know what happens whenever we trickle up? We typically reject hard, but that rejection needs to come in a break in the shape of a, break of the high, and then a drive back into range. Right? Whenever we kind of trickle up typically. When you come back the other way, it's not a trickle down, it's like a... But for me to be more confident in it, I'd need to come up here and then flip back down into this range. It'd be great if we get a top wick to here, right? A sudden drive and then a flip back down. But the way the higher time frames are printing here, right? There's nothing stopping us from just slowly continuing the trickle up above 2028, and once we get up there, we just skyrocket up. Find support and resistance on the same time frame. You're gonna bounce? Not necessarily, no. It varies situationally. We have suffered for 2 days. Why? We lost 21 pips yesterday and lost 5, net 5, because we had a buy for 8, which I closed half, so it was 4 pips, considering if it was a total position, and then I had a loss of 9, right? So mine a -5 for the day before, so a total of minus 26 pips in 2 days, and this morning's trade was 22, right? So like, it's not like, just don't over risk. Understand how we trade, why we're taking a position, where to manage risk. If it was morning for you in Asia and you were able to sit and manage your position and you didn't need to go to sleep like me, you probably, I think you hit full TP. Yeah, it came way up. You would have you smacked TP. Our TP was right here, I think. 2040s. A lot of people texted me saying, "Hey, I held on. Thanks for the idea. I held on." It's just, like I said it yesterday. If it was New York session, we're probably holding, expecting, more volume. I don't need to sleep, but instead we closed. Where did we close? We closed somewhere. I think we closed somewhere here, and then it went another 60 pips down, right? But then, it's alright. Our stops were 140. Hit full TP in there. It's just, I almost fell asleep. That was funny. I caught myself. I was like, oh shit, I'm streaming. That would have been wild if I fell asleep. If I passed out and you guys wouldn't have said nothing. I mean, you couldn't. Oh, the horror stories had you up at night? The no wick? On the monthly? Good old, I'm just resting my eyes. It wasn't even that. I was just lean back. It was Fat Joe for a minute. Likes 28. I see 28 likes. Ain't never seen him lose 3 in a row. It's honestly, it's never happened on stream. We've never had a 3 losing streak. $30 close here in 5 minutes. What's your favorite cartoon? Like a show or a movie? Let's go both. Show. Probably Animaniacs. But if we're talking about a movie, The Emperor's New Groove. That's my favorite cartoon movie. Pacha, yeah. Shit, Demon Llama. Demon Llama! You threw off my groove. You watched the Goonies? I watched the Goonies, yeah. I think that was the generation right before mine. Like 2 years before mine, 3 years. Different generation the year before. Que lo que. That was a good song, like a decade ago. Remember that song? Que lo que. Like the generation cut. Remember, I said strong bearish close here. Probably need to close below the previous hourly. Or the previous 30 at the very least. Yeah. No, the previous hourly here. Other than that, this is just a small range being created before the continuation up. So you'll see small little drive down here maybe, and then do this. South Park or Family Guy? Family Guy. Yo, are you kidding me? What do you mean? How are you even asking that? That's Stewie on my back. Stewie on the chest. Looks looking breedable. The fuck kind of compliment is that? Never heard nobody say that. I know your girl taught you that, right? She was like, yeah, we were just chilling with my girls, talking about, you know, who's breedable. And you started using it. You know men don't say that shit. M dot. I don't know who M dot is. 30 closed here. 30 closed above the most recent. We should come up here, but we have no bottom wick on this 30. So can we come up, break the highs, and then come back down in range here for a bearish closure? Or will we continue up? I don't know. See, if it made the bottom wick first here, I'd be more convinced that it's coming up. But right now that it's coming up with no, well, the hourly's got a bottom wick, right? Yeah. It's just the way the 30's open, it makes me think we're coming up just to come back down. But we'll see. It's a fucking bullish 4 hour. Really want to see how it closes. It's tough to take, but it sells into this 4 hour. Yeah, ideally, our most ideal move is we can get a 30 and the hourly to close above 2028.5. That's also a 4 hour close. And if that happens, I'm looking for a bottom wick to 2026.5. For an entry on the wick. 2026.5. I got a feeling. For the tree. Yeah. Feels like it's not moving on the 5, right? Look at this trickle up. Does 4-hour need a bottom wick here? No. "24 minutes left on the 4-hour. Oh. Damn, 30 pump for a sec. News coming in the next 25 minutes. News on crypto.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Where's Green here? Where's Green? Still sick? Yeah. Green missing. Typically right there in the trenches. Green brought his absentee slip to the office. I ain't getting no medical. No. I ain't getting no doctors. No. No excuse. Hear your kids back there? What do you hear? Are they yelling? It's probably the baby taking away everyone's toys. I don't know. I told you guys yesterday, like the kids' room, the baby's room, is like right down the end of the hallway that's outside my door. So they're probably running around. What's your favorite sport? Fencing. With unicycle hockey, a close second. The underwater skydiving's in third. Yes, if I was going to rate them. It would be in that order. Am I banned yet? Yes. All of them underrated sports. True. Are they trolling? Yes. We see you one on a Google. It's just the internet. Sometimes you'll get ignored. Sometimes you'll get trolled. See something. What to do when price breaks out? Next candle does a fake out and then again it breaks out the next candle. Take another trade or something else. The key is to realize that it's happening and wait. It's not always the case, but experience will get you a lot closer to the goal, right? It'll always continue to improve what you're doing. Experience is incredibly valuable. Sounds so cliche, but it is. The key is to really catch yourself and realize what the market is doing and not be impulsive. And if that's your idea, let it set up. Let's see if it fakes out and then comes back and drives again. And it's a lot of the times the other time frames will tell you that, whether it's the 4 or the 15 or the 30, right? Let's see if we get a strong closure. Now, because the 4 hour is closing bullish here, but the hourly is closing back in range, right? If it closes strong bearish here, I can't take a sell here on a regular top wick. I need a break of this previous hourly high and then a flip down. If we don't break that high, my understanding will be that as it's coming up, it's going to close bullish and then next candle bottom wick and then continue to drive up. Take a 15-minute sell? No, I'm gonna wait for this 4 hour to close. We need to drive. If we're gonna drive up, we need to drive off something, right? So right now, this could be the support it's looking for, right? There's an area right here that it could just respect and continue up. I just feel like this is the better indication of the stronger area, but we'll see. We'll see. On the 15, I wouldn't take it. I'm waiting. The 4-hour here is a strong closure. There's a lot of data printed in that 4-hour closure. It's going to let us know how we should approach or proceed. Well, the 1 hour doesn't necessarily have to close bullish to validate. Well, in this case, it will, because you need to close above 2028. But once again, if it closes bullish above here and the first thing it does is breaks the highs, we don't have a position. We must wait. It's going to have to come down and break the lows here. If it closes like this, if it closes, doji on the 30, on the 1 hour, we're going to have to still come back down, grab a support, and then drive. Grab a support, grab orders, but establish a support. I want to drive off a support, off any one of these levels on the 4-hour, right? And because it's also a 4-hour closure, I want a bottom wick on the next 4-hour. Next 4 hours is a long candle, right? A lot of candles. So I want that bottom wick too. And then at that point, we don't know how steep that bottom wick is, so maybe we can have sells in the formation of the bottom wick. This is interesting though. The 15 did not close back in the 15 range, right? The 15 range is lower. The 15 range is right here, and it closed respecting that support. There's nothing stopping for this candle from driving up from the way that it closed here. The stronger bullish it closes, the better off we'll be. 10 minutes here. Any thoughts on the ETF? Not really. Anyone? What's up, Jose? Heard you're a candidate for the Bama coaching job. Is it true? Yeah, the water boy. I'm gonna coach the water boys. Gatorade. H2O. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Green is here. Turn on that light. I don't know, bro. It's bugging out. It ain't lit. It ain't lit like Wix. Bro, I've been here since yesterday. That's not true. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. You notice how you can never look cool when your elbow slips? Like if you're leaning on your elbow and it slips? It's like, it's always a moment when you're trying to look cool, but it's like the least looking cool thing ever. It's like, damn. I don't know why I was thinking of that. That's my strategy, the elbow slip strategy. Yeah, I wanted this bullish, not this fucking bullish. We got 6 minutes to go, and this shit's pushing like it's pregnant. Yeah. That looked pretty cool. Do it again. Do it again. Like, okay. Gold gone. GG's. caller, what's on your mind? Well, if you look at the daily, honestly, we can technically come up all the way to 2039, 2040 here for a top wick. There's a lot of range for the daily. And no indication of a flip yet on a smaller time frame. So that's why I'm like, yeah, the daily's got a flip, but we're driving up. Smaller time frames would have to give you an indication that you're starting to turn around. Can't guess the tops. We have to see the tops formed. It doesn't really come into play here because the daily doesn't really have one. At some point, we're going to break this level. That's what I expect. At some point, we'll come back to 2024. But the way we've held support here, I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon. A lot's going to depend on how today closes. I think today is because if this never comes back and forms a bottom wick on the daily and never breaks this, I think we're going to continue up tomorrow, and we don't necessarily have to break this low. But it comes down and flips, it's gonna fucking drive. But it doesn't necessarily need to flip. You're gonna need to see some catalysts here to drive it back down. We have news tomorrow. We have CPI tomorrow. Maybe that's the catalyst to flip the daily down. Right? You need fundamentals to drive the market. You need the charts to get your timing right. You need your technicals for timing. Where do you go to check news? Go right here and we click Forex Factory. And then you go to January 11th, and then boom, you have CPI, red folders, unemployment claims, and all that other fun stuff. Two minutes. Dos. Next 4-hour bottom wick to fill the range. Yeah, but next 4-hour bottom wick can be here in the shape of like the next 3 hours driving bearish. What I will say though, is we're gonna have a tape flip before the 4-hour flip. No, if we close like this, highly likely I'm gonna look for a bottom wick entry. I want to see if we reject off anything worth considering. It's a strong push to close the 4-hour. 6. Let's see how this 5 closes. held, it might come straight up. But if it doesn't and we get a decent bottom wick, close right at this little resistance here. Yeah, I got no positions here, but there's a lot of volume from the previous 4 hour. And a high chance that it breaks the highs first here. Okay, this is good. It never broke the highs. Let's see if we can find a support. So everyone analyzes the chart from a different time zone. How does that work? One might see a daily bottom wick. No, everyone sees the time zone that the broker has. Everyone trades based on their broker's time zone. That's it. Could very well start ranging here. Maybe. Could do anything. But the way we closed on the previous hourly and the previous 4 hour, just driving, we're not ranging. We didn't range on the last hourly candle, right? We drove. Where can we reject off of? Closed above here too. If we don't break the previous 4 hour highs, I might look for buys here at 2027-1 if we just start coming down. closed below here. So the small little indications of what's going on is what I'm basing, right? So if I'm looking to continue bullish, and if this is the bottom wick to continue up, then I was looking for the 5 to close respecting this. It closed a little below, so at any moment this candle can this be the top wick to just continue down, right? But if this closes bullish back above here, and then you get a drive down here and then a flip, then we can look for that. See, and this is what we want to avoid, the top wick for the 5 to come down. Will it? We don't know, but we want to avoid that if that's the case. Ambient gold, gold be ambient. Time for Wix to press the button. Press the button. Need to read your picture book before you go. I got a wild imagination. You'd be like, that's not what's on the picture. Because Has the market dynamic has slightly changed? It has. It's just we're in a market cycle where we are the pullback. It'll change. You'll see it switch up throughout the year. Alright, so this candle's pulled down. If it closes bearish on the 15, then you want the very first 5 after the 15 closes here to drive up, break the highs, and come down. But the 15 is going to close in 3 minutes, and we'll see if it closes bearish and how bearish it will close, if it does at all. Ooh, highs are broken. Debating if that was the bottom wick. That's the pullback. We're holding above here. 2 minutes for this 5. Yeah, let's see. Is it re-breaking its own high? Chat, lock it in here. We might have an entry here. Yeah. I'm going to have a position right here as we re-broke the high. So I just got in an entry. We're looking, this is probably the re-break here. I'm expecting the 4-hour volume to bring us up. Our advantage point is 18 pips here. We made a high. We made a top wick first, and we broke the low, came down, and then we re-broke that high. And with that bullish 4-hour, my understanding is we'll continue on the re-break. Will we for sure? I don't know, but it's possible we come down, make a steeper bottom wick, but why after we've held every other time frame? So we'll see. Yeah, I'm looking at roughly, yeah, 2031.5 for break even, and to secure probably partials. Alright, there we go, chat. I'm gonna close half here. I'm gonna go move stops to break even. I'm gonna let the rest rock to the top of the range. Congratulations. That was 13 pips. That was 13 pips on the half closure. And I'm gonna wait for it to come up a little bit more. I think we have another left in us. Give us another. Okay, as we're coming up here. Chat, I got 17 pips. I'm going to close another quarter, and the rest I'm going to let rock for a full TP. Okay. So now if it just rides up. So I closed 75% of my position at 17 pips. The reason I'm not going to trail stops is because I got a very small amount running. So if this pushes through, great. If it doesn't, it comes back. It's only a quarter of a position that's going to come back. 3/4 of the position were secured at 17. So dubs.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yeah, chat. Sorry, I'm not all woohoo. Well, I mean, it'd probably be good for content if I did that, but like, that's just not me. It's like trying to. Be as much me as possible. I think we got a chance to come up here through 2033. I really do. Like if you're in here, make sure you have no more risk on the table. Right? Because there's absolutely no reason to be an asshole and let this come back and actually go into negative. Yeah, today was one of those. We deserve a no drawdown trade, right? We spent 2 days in drawdown. If you're closing full here, this is a good idea to close full here as well. If you want to, like, I honestly would say for smaller accounts, try to get more off the table. Close 75, 85, 90% of your position for smaller accounts. Because you want to slow, you want to build it up. You want to build it. For bigger accounts, yeah, you can hold. Like, it's not that important. But for smaller accounts, that's how you make them bigger, and that's how you'll eventually have more leverage and eventually hold positions longer with bigger capital. Because you'll trust your positions over time. But, right, you'll develop, you'll grow into it. So yeah, it looks like we're part of the daily top wick here, right? The daily should flip, but we're just trading the daily top wick coming up. Is it too late to take the trade? Yes. This trade, our trade, yes. We at this point, if it hits our break even, we have, you know, we secured partials and we have no risk on the table. It's house money. For you, if it hits our break even, you just lost. You know what I mean? And it's got to be based on something. I don't know why it's not coming up here. We need to tap 2033. Yeah, the morning was great. You got a W down in the morning. We got a W here. Oh yeah, let's do the stream record. Properties. Buys. Plus 17. Runner.
We got a runner.
Win number 81. All right, found a little resistance here. Let's see, can this be the bottom wick? The hourly looks pretty, right? The hourly looks great. Yeah, it's 2 years in a row. Last year we had a really early trade. We had like 8:20 on my dad's birthday. This year at like 9:20. Wix, I waited for you since 7:25. It stated host hasn't arrived when you logged in. It was waiting until 8 p.m. What happened? I don't know. That's normal. I'll turn the stream on at like 7:30 and then hop on it at 8. I'll let people gather for a half hour typically, so we have a crowd once we're in here. I don't want to start at 8 and do the breakdown for 3 people. You know what I mean? Breakout on the 5. No, this trade was mostly off the 4-hour and the hourly. And the key here was the fact that we first made a top wick and tried to come down. And then we found the support here. As we established the support and started coming up, it was the re-break of the top wick that we made. Why would we re-break a top wick that we already made? If there was no top wick, okay, we're making a top wick for a possibility to come down, right? But there was already a top wick, and then we came down, and then we rebroke it. With the 4-hour being so bullish, you know, my understanding, we'll get to 2033. It could take us out and then get there, you know what I mean? But at this point, like I said, we won. You had a chance to manage risk. I closed 3/4 of my position at 17 pips. It's house money at this point. You know, whatever it does, if it closes for more, great, cherry on top. Doesn't, we're winners. Y'all can't see it, but I'm blowing on it right now. What's up, Zoom gang? Free. Is anyone still in this? Any of you guys still in this? Eddie, Frank, Fuji? You guys closed full? You closed full, Frank?
Yeah, I got 20. I got 20 pips.
You got 20? You got a good entry. I don't think I saw
Yeah,
that.
I got a hell of an entry.
I saw 16, 17, 18, 19 pips. Got 1/10 running. Perfect. Perfect. When you do that, I used to have 90% of my position closed, and I used to do that. I'd hit some wicked runners, because you know why? You tend to not overmanage the smaller position, and slowly it'll grow, and that smaller position will grow into more and more, leaving more on the table. You'll get out of your own way by taking risk off the table. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I closed full.
All right. Nice job.
Yeah, I did the same. I had a level there at a 2031.9.
Yeah, I see it right
Just
here.
tapped it and
31.9. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on the 5, so I just closed full the moment we tapped.
I think we can reject it, but not like we'll see an initial like pull off of it, right? A wick off of it, but I think we might break it because it's not the stronger level here. The 33 is. And I used to do that too, and I'd see that, I'd be like, all right, we're gonna tap it reverse or like reject, come back hard. But sometimes when you have such strong, like higher time frame closures, it might push through on the 30 and the hourly. It might come back, like it might fill the wick here instead of just rejecting at the resistance.
Yeah, I had another level at 33.39, somewhere in that area. That was a level I had after this.
Yeah, 33 and 31.9 are both solid.
Yo, Wix, you weren't worried about the no bottom wick on the daily?
No. Remember I said before the trade, I see the daily, but before the daily starts flipping, we're going to see indications on the smaller time frame here that we're going to start. Market doesn't just drive down on the daily. Remember, it goes all through for the last few days. It went all the way through London, all the way into New York, and then eventually in New York, we get the drive down. So right now, understanding that we're creating the top wick for the daily and all the time frames are closing bullish, and then we had the little indication where we were able to read the candle that it created a top wick, broke it slow, and then rebroke the high. With everything bullish, like you're not coming straight down, and even if you do come down, you're going to come back up to grab more orders to then eventually flip on the daily. So you have a lot of time to manage risk and get out of the trade if you're wrong. But you're not wrong. The daily eventually, right, I think should come back down either today, or if not, if daily closes bullish, then tomorrow's daily bottom wick will come down before it drives up. But this just wasn't the time. You'll see the 5 slowly start turning bear. You see this? What happened here on the 5 before? You'll see candles start. You would have seen candles start doing this, right? You need all of this to happen, like a big rainbow. Market does a U-turn, right? It doesn't just one way the other way. It does very rarely if it hits a strong level, or if there's news or something drops, or like Trump tweets, something like that, right? Oh, speaking of Trump, he's got a town hall right now on Fox News. It's huge, believe me. But anyway, yeah, you'll see the market start turning around on smaller time frames. That's why I didn't think this is the time for the daily to start turning around. This is the time to continue the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30. Eventually, we'll start seeing rejections and start coming back down.
Yeah, I was going to add too. Was that Jacob asking the question?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the daily, then you notice, like, it's just like Wick said, right? It's creating the top wick. But the moment you really start seeing like rejections on the 30-minute and things start kind of rejecting and start coming down, then just start looking over at the 4 hour and the daily, because at the whole time, right, you're trying to see where we are on the daily candle.
But
So
yeah.
when we start coming down, and you're seeing rejections on a higher time frame on like the 30, then then I would start looking at the 4 and the daily to
But
see like, okay, well
exactly
then
before
it
the
looks like
daily
we've already been
flips,
creating that top wick.
before the daily flips, a 4-hour will close bearish. I promise you. There will be a bearish 4-hour before a daily flip, right? So we don't even have that. We don't even have a bearish 1-hour. And before you have a bearish 1-hour, I mean, before you have a bearish 4-hour, believe me, you're going to have a bearish 1-hour and a bearish 30. So you'll slowly start seeing the market turn into that. But for now, every time, like see right now, it's slowly coming back down. Can it find a support? If it can and drives down through here, you'll eventually get a bearish closure on the 15 or the 30. And then you'll get a top wick and a further drive down, and that'll lead to the hourly closing bearish. And then you could think to yourself, shit, if we daily doesn't have a bottom wick, and we're starting to close bearish on all the time frames, and we created a pretty steep wick here on the daily already, and we've tapped, look at this, we've tapped a pretty strong level across the board where a previous support can now turn into a resistance, right? If now we start seeing rejections in this area, and then hourly and a 4-hour start close, you can start looking for a top wick and continuation towards the daily flip. You can use the daily flip as your advantage point. But obviously if it flips here, after this top wick, I think you're going to get more than just a daily flip. Not much more, but maybe like 30, 40 pips more. But that's how I look at it. Even if on the daily, I realize it's got to have 24 1-hour candles or 23 1-hour candles, right? On our daily candles. So it's a lot of time. It doesn't necessarily have to flip. We can close with no bottom wick, and then tomorrow creates the wick for it. Right? Yeah, I heard about FTMO, but I didn't see anything official about it. Like, I seen people posting. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I was gonna take their challenge actually Friday, and I got fucked.
Did they take your money?
No, I tried the demo challenge first to see
Oh,
how
you
I
didn't
would
give
do
them
my
money.
lot
They got
size and
fucked.
everything. So I passed the demo challenge. So I said, all right, bet I passed it in 5 days. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the real challenge to get more funding because my funded FX is too small, and I like FTMO better. And then I tried to pay for a thing, and it wouldn't even pop up. So I emailed them, and then that's how I found out.
Those bastards.
I passed the challenge and everything, the demo challenge. So I was like, all right, bet I have the lot size down, the risk down, everything's down.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. That's crazy. Yo, what are we doing? Are we gonna come back, hit BE? Oh shit. That would have been bad. I didn't move my stops to BE on the terminal. I was like, oh shit. I'm over here talking about make sure you're break even and got risk off the table. And meanwhile, I have my stops at BE.
Imagine you would have looked back in your.
If I look back right now and I'm in like 100 pip drawdown talking shit about being in BE, you would have seen my face. Me? I'm tight. I'm tight. Still riding the 5 pips in profit here. Sorry, 8 pips in profit. What is the trade signal? Brrr. If you hear me say brrr and go like this with my hands, you take a trade.
Is that the Birdman call?
I guess. Tom said activated. What happened to that boy? That's Clips, right? Or the Neptunes. No bottom wick here on the 5. Fuck. It's coming down. Fuck, I really wanted like a big runner. It looks like we're gonna be good with 17 and BE. Yeah, I wanted to re-break the highs here so we could just close the stream at like 30 pips in profit, go to sleep, and wake up to like a 90 pip. Yesterday would have hit. Yesterday was... Yeah, it would have hit the entire 70, went like 80. Will we survive?
Wait, did you take sales yesterday after the stream ended?
No, I was really tempted to, but I smoked a J and I passed out. And then this morning, I had a position for 22 pips. I had a sell.
What'd you take?
This morning, I had a sell at 2028.98.
What are you looking for?
Right here. I had a sell right there. I was looking to come down and and fill the range down. I closed at 22 here. Right there. This bullish green candle, that was once it made that top wick, I had sells. Runner tapped. Oh yeah, my runner just tapped out too, chat, just now. We are out of this trade. Nice trade. We still have never lost 3 in a row. It's never happened. We've lost 2 in a row, like last year, I think once, twice. Once, I think. But
I don't even remember that.
yeah, I don't remember losing 2 in a row either, but I know it happened once last year for sure because I think it was like our loss 3 and 4 of the year. Or something like it was like early in the year. It was January, just like this year again. All right. So you see how we said you're going to have an indication that the daily's starting to flip. So you just had the hourly create a massive top wick and flip bearish. Now, if it can close bearish, very, very, very bearish. Bearish. Right? Because a closure like this, you get a bottom wick tap in 2027, 2028, and it's going to drive up, fill the range. Because we got to get to 33. The market's going to need to get to 33 to make a decision. If it doesn't, these are the only 2 ways the next candle can print. If you close like this, and if you close below this area. Right? This is what you need. The only way to have a trade on the next hourly candle, if this is your closure and you have a top wick, you can have a top wick. Ideally, it does this and then you're in on the top wick here. But I think if it doesn't break the highs here, you wait for it to create a top wick and then once it flips, you're taking this back down. But you want it to close below 2028.5 or ballpark that area, right? Where is this? 2028.5, yeah. You need a strong, because if it doesn't and it closes above it, you're going to understand this as, yeah, we had bearish momentum towards a support. We're holding support for now. And then you wait for a bullish candle to print, bottom wick towards 2027-1, and you're looking to continue the 4-hour up, right? So there's a few ways this can play out here, but you got to be patient, and you need to wait for the closures, because for all we know, right, this can be a bottom wick to finish the range up, and if it's a bearish, strong bearish closure, you're still looking for a top wick to finish the range up before jumping into sells down. But your sells need to look like this, right? Your sells got to look like this. You want to re-break of these highs. This is a strong area to drive from. You see the wicks previously where when they drive down, you see them tap in 33 ultimately. You see them coming back up here, right? From all the way here. So, right there. So I think this is key to wait for that. The key is you're thinking it's going to happen, right? And you're predicting it. So in your head, you're slowly convincing yourself to get in now because you've already convinced yourself that that is what's going to happen, right? Before it even happens. For now, you've just seen it looks pretty, right? You've just seen this flip bearish on the hourly, right? But you know what I mean? At some point, this was a bearish candle right here. And look at this shit. Just flip bullish. So just be careful and wait for closures. Wait for closures. Because like I see this all the time. Yeah, why I got in there, it looked perfect, and then all of a sudden went the other way. No, you didn't wait for it to close. You didn't wait for it to actually establish a level of resistance or support or to tap that area. A lot of times, like if you're not sure, wait an extra candle. Like if you're not sure why you're not sure, if you don't have a reason for why you're not sure, you're just like, wait another, there might be a more convincing candle coming. There might be a candle or two away. Right, but don't just jump in it because it looks like it's doing what you've already made up in your head it can do. Wait for it to actually happen, what you've made up in your head. Didn't I tell you we got a sell-off? Alright, and you get a... You win. Bro, just asking, who is your mentor? Man, I'm damn near 40. Life is my mentor. Life has taught me shit that no person could have ever gotten across to me. We're gonna do live workshops this year. I live in Miami. I want to type in. I think summertime after London. That's an idea. It's a possibility. I might start doing things like that because I got an overwhelming amount of people in my DMs asking to do that. And I want to do something like that. Would be really, really fun or dope. Or like, it might not be like, yeah, trading related so you can pick my brain, but you got to show up with like specific examples and it's just going to be a vibe.
That's what's up. I'm a local. I'll be there.
Where are you at?
West Palm.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in West Palm. I ask you that all the time. I forget. I get so many people. I forget who's where. People in West Palm. People are in Kendall. People. There's a few people in Hialeah. A couple of people in Miami Beach. A couple of people in Sunrise, Fort Lauderdale. Dude in the second box got big ass arms. You should see his bowls. Show him your bowl.
Who?
Bougie.
Nah, nothing out of the bowl tonight.
That boy eats for
Had
like
a
4
bison
people.
wrap.
You got a
A
bison wrap?
bison wrap and yeah, sweet potato fries.
Fucking look like you ate bison, not the wrap. Homie ate the whole bison.
I was actually sort of looking at bison. I didn't realize like 4 ounces of like ground bison is like $15. I was like, damn, it's kind of crazy. That's like 2 meals, 1 meal.
Yeah, it's very protein heavy, isn't it? Bison meat.
It's not.
Or
I would
like
say
low on the fat.
It's like low on the fat. Protein is pretty. I mean, 23 to 25, but I think the biggest thing is the nutrients. I guess like it's better quality.
They said your biceps visible from Canada. Stop flexing,
I'll
dog.
be honest. I don't train arms. Like I train arms like once a week, but like I train arms through like it's a byproduct of like deadlifts or like farmer carries. But like I don't do like I'm just gonna train arms for 30, 45 minutes. I just
Oh,
don't
I
do
do.
that anymore.
I do that shit. I got a day just for
I should-
arms. Got a day just for arms. Sly said, arms and abs, baby, is all you need. Arms and abs. Sly
And
is
a
big
joint.
motherfucker. And a joint, yeah. Thoughts on CPI release? Honestly, I have no idea if it's going to go up or down. I just know I'm going to wait for the numbers to be released, and then I'll employ that into my analysis in the first few minutes when I see the market driving. Whatever happens, I'm going to see it reflected on the charts, and I'll really base my entries on technicals after I see how it comes out. I don't do the buy stop, sell stop before the news. How's the realization where you found out you can trade full time? It never came, never happened. It's just you slowly grow into it where you're like, oh shit, I've been doing this for a while now. Like you're like, it's never like, oh shit, now I can quit everything and just do. No, it's just slowly. Like, just exiting all USD positions. I mean, if you're in a trade beforehand, you probably wanted to work out, yeah, but like the last 15 minutes before the news, maybe that half hour from 8 to 8:30, yeah, probably want to stay out. If you want a good one, Scarlet's and Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Scarlet's is better than the trap. But then again, if you want my suggestion, avoid both of them.
Your bank account will be happy.
Yeah. Instead of Lola, your wallet will thank you tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure who was it? I think Uzi actually brought them out at his Rolling Loud performance. Yeah, like 20 of them out on stage.
W. Uzi the GOAT. Wife will be happier if we go. Then you go. Like, all right, if you're gonna force me to go, like, all right, like, if I really have no choice, honey. All right, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. Twisting my arm here.
My girlfriend wanted to go to this strip club, and I told her, I'm like, are you sure? Those women get naked. And she's like, really? I thought they were just in bikinis.
Yeah, no, they're just in bikinis, baby. You don't need to go. Just bikinis.
I know,
Stay
babe,
home.
you're
It's
gonna-
boring. Boring.
Their
Just a
bare
bunch
vagina.
of just
in your
bikinis and
face.
cellulite, baby. Just stay home. It's terrible. I'll take one for the team. I'll go for the both of us. Wix, you got a favorite music artist? Yeah, Harris Heller. Harris Heller is the GOAT. Damn. Jean? Lot size 10. Yes. What was that?
What was that on upping your lot size?
Honestly, not this the way we trade now. Probably not for a while. With considering we take 150 pip stop loss trades. Not we don't hit 150 pip stops, but considering that's the trades we take and the possibility of it going that far into drawdown, probably maybe I'm a good like. I think I'm gonna spend 2023 or 2024 at 10. 2022 I traded at 5 lots. Right, all year. Last year I traded at 10 lots, and then I'm staying with that. COVID Boosie was the best Boosie. No. Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe. Not big on Boosie. But Boogie, I like Boogie. Yeah, where did the viewers go? Pippin Dippers. I think if it closes like this, a high chance you get a bottom wick and the drive up. Even with maybe without a bottom wick, it's just you figured if that was the rejection, once the hourly flipped here, it would drive down, but that's not the rejection. Like I think we would have continued to drive down and formed a strong bearish hourly candle, but it's forming more or less doji. So a 2033 here is in play. It's fully attainable. Here for the conversation, done trading? True. They used you. Use me. Shit. I've said this in my reels. Yeah, if people can't use you, right, you're useless. So use me for something valuable. Use me for the value that we bring here to every stream, for the knowledge, for the experience, for the patience that we show on every stream, for the common sense and logic displayed on every stream. Use me for that, right? I'm not trying to be useless. I'm trying to provide value. So use me.
Will do.
You and Don doing too much for me. Too much? I think life, like, I think I said this before as well. Life has a strange way of always evening out, right? It always finds homeostasis in a way and comes back to, you know, comes back to equilibrium. So I believe in some way, shape, or form there are big things ahead for me and for all of you in life, for everyone. Just you can't expect that, but walk away from it, run from it, because then you'll never get to those big things. You really kind of have to take things head on. Right? Especially the difficult things, because whether you succeed or fail at doing them is not the important part. The important part is going through it, and you're that much better off after the experience, because it'll typically either put you on the right path or tell you the path you're on is not the right one. Right? So when things get hard, don't try to get away from them, you know. Look it straight in the eye, look life in the eye, and go straight at it, right? A lot of times you'll also find life will welcome you with open arms. You think it's coming at you to take you down, and then it's just turns out it's funny how it just ends up welcoming you with open arms, and you're like, holy shit, this is it. This is the reaction I'm getting. I should be more stand up all the time. You didn't expect the drawdown Wixdom session. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here at 10 probably. I wanted to see how the hourly closes. It's gonna close doji, so likely we still come up to 33. It's gonna close though. We got 3 minutes left, but right, if it closes like this, then if it closes strong bearish, then I might consider staying for an extra 15-20 minutes, but in reality I don't see that happening in the next 2 minutes. What's a liquidity grab? Well, it's when you take some liquid and you...
This right here.
Liquidity grab in 4K, chat. Done live for you guys. He's paper trading. No, that was some real liquidity.
We're all paper trading.
Sorry for being lazy ass today and not attending. That's Aaron with a new name. It's all good. You're here right now. Got some questions for the trade we took. Shoot. Questions in the Zoom. Oh shit. Sorry, I barely look at the Zoom chat. Almost never. So if you're gonna ask some, do it in the YouTubes. Trade we took be an onion or breakout setup on the 4 hour, or just the bottom wick and a rebreak of the highs. The onion is a bullish closure at a support or a bearish closure at a resistance, and the celery is the action of breaking a bearish closure at a support with a bullish candle. Or the other way around. Can you picture that? I mean, that wasn't hard lingo, right? Support, bullish candle breaking the bearish candle that gets you to the support. That's your celery. We used to take entries like that. We don't anymore. We get better entries now. We understand it's happening and the potential for it to happen, and we're able to spot and recognize it now before it happens, which is one of our edges in the market. Not able to watch your stream since Monday. Always too tired to wake up early. Well, you're here tonight and you missed everything since Monday. You're a fucking winner, bro. If you missed everything since Monday and you're only here tonight, that's a W. Saved yourself 4 hours of drawdown. Tactical stream skips. Where it planned it. He was like, nah, 2 losses in a row. I'm going to wait for the third. It just doesn't happen. Full margin, baby.
I wonder how many people actually do that.
There's people that base their strategies like off of that for Don. Ooh. Highly likely this comes up. Highly likely. That's a doji candle basically. Whether it comes up as a top wick or as the drive, it's highly likely to come up here. But I'm done for the day. I wanted this. Well, I'm done for the evening for Asian session. I want this to be a really strong bearish candle. Yeah, chat. Thank you for joining me tonight. You know, if I run this for another hour and we just talk here, I gain like an extra 100 subs. Just milk the session for subs. No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna have any more trades. It's 10 p.m. My kids are all in bed, probably sleeping, so no horror story for them. Not turning on the ring as they sleep. The Grudge. Tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday, Pops. I gotta call him right now. Ask him how the rest of his evening went. But I'll be on here tomorrow morning, same as always with Donvo, and or after Donvo. We'll do the Wordle together. But I'll see you guys tomorrow on his stream, and I think Yanez. No, after this, you got Kieran streaming around midnight. Yanez streaming London. I don't know if it's 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Eastern. You have Huss streaming right after that for pre-NY, and then Donvo is going to be streaming at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Elvis will be there for Asian Open or pre-Asian at 5 p.m. I think during the broker market rollover time. And I will see you guys same time, same place, live here on the YouTubes at 8 p.m. Eastern. Chat, that's my time. Everyone in Zooms, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you guys. Everyone that shows up on cam, talks. You guys have some good conversation. Jacob, Frank, Bougie, Eddie, appreciate you guys. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. Mods you as well. And you know the deal. Just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.
Hey, you guys.
Good night, bro.